U.S. President Barack Obama has apologized to Doctors Without Borders for the airstrike on his hospital in the Afghan city of Kunduz, and he offered condolences to Afghanistan's president. Meanwhile, the medical charity is calling for an independent and unprecedented fact-finding mission into the attack that killed at least 22 people. Nick Harbour is following the developments in New York City.
Well, there are already a number of inquiries underway by the US, by NATO and by Afghanistan, but Doctors Without Borders wants their own independent investigation. They say that that is the only way that they will get impartial answers to exactly what happened in Kunduz on Saturday.
In Kunduz, our patients burned in their beds. MSF doctors, nurses and other staff were killed as they worked. The U.S. attack on the MSF hospital in Kunduz was the biggest loss of life for our organization in an airstrike. Tens of thousands of people in Kunduz can no longer receive medical care now when they need it the most. Today, we say enough. Even war has rules.
They called a press conference in New York earlier on Wednesday morning, and they called for this special commission, the International Humanitarian Fact-Finding Commission. This is something that was set up back in 1991, but it has never been used. It specifically looks at humanitarian law. Now, Doctors Without Borders say that they feel the Geneva Conventions were violated as a result of this attack.
The point of calling for this commission is really to establish the facts, and whether to understand if, in fact, a grave violation of international humanitarian law has taken place, and whether or not it amounts to a war crime. That's our main focus right now.
They say that all sides, the Afghanistan forces and also the US forces, knew the hospital was there. Doctors Without Borders had given them the coordinates of the hospital. And when the aerial bombardment began, they got in touch with the military to say, you are attacking a hospital. But the bombardment carried on for another 30 minutes. They feel that this special commission will get them the answers that they need. But the big problem, both the US and Afghanistan need to approve this commission before it can actually start. And at the moment, they don't really seem in any hurry to get that underway. Now, President Obama also spent the day on Wednesday making a couple of phone calls. First of all, to the president of Doctors Without Borders. He apologized and said that the US investigation that's currently already underway would provide a transparent, thorough and objective accounting of the facts. However, Doctors Without Borders, although they say they received that apology, are still reiterating for this independent commission to go ahead. President Obama also spoke to the Afghan President Ashraf Ghani. They spoke about the fact that they must work more closely together, but there is this question now, especially after this increased Taliban fighting around the Kunduz area over the last week or so, whether or not the US should be rethinking how many troops they have in the country. At the end of 2016, it's being reduced down to just 1,000. Nick Harbour, CCTV, New York.